It's a pleasure to be here in Roma, and it was a very good and strong idea to organize a meeting about the theme of psychoanalysis across cultures. This question is very actual, and I think that the culture is these questions of culture is the future of psychoanalysis. I spoke about transmission of psychoanalysis in Morocco because it was possible, and it was my desire to transmit the psychoanalysis in Morocco since the 80s. After I've been working in Paris and trained in psychiatry and analysis in France. Before psychiatry, before psychoanalysis, there were psychiatry and traditional representation of illness. And this was in tradition the framework where psychiatry and psychoanalysis came. It was religion, holiness, magic. So I tried to show how to deconstruct this tradition for transmitting psychoanalysis. We have to work on two registers, the colonialism and the tradition. Then we can first bring a break in epistemology, because with psychiatry and then with psychoanalysis, illness is no more caused by the sky or sacred causes, but is in the human being, in the person. So listening to the subject, psychoanalysis can include and refocus the symptoms in the subject and his history. And in this field, psychoanalysis take into account the bilingualism. It is very important and as it is in the whole history of psychoanalysis. Maybe all the psychoanalysis since the beginning, except that of Freud, is a bilingual history. And then we have to take into account the question of exile. Exile is linked to the history of psychoanalysis because exile and culture, Freud work about totem and taboo, malice in the civilization, moise and monotheism, and himself finished his last years in the exile. For finishing, to conclude, the social bond, the social change, the emerging of individuals, the democracy and the freedom are very important in the introduction and the transmission of psychoanalysis.